welcome back to Chagrin Backstage. Today we have with us Don Nepper, who plays Tor in The Norwegians. Welcome, Don. Thanks for being with us today.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So I got to see the show, which was really funny. It's a little dark comedy, but I think a little appropriate for the times. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. Let's look at the show, but right now, what is your start in theater? How did you get started?
Watching family do theater, and then in the 7th grade, and we had a play audition for a play called The 2-Week One Night Stand. And I thought, okay, I might as well try out for this because I've always wanted to do it. And so I kind of set the bar low and tried to get like the second lead. Because I thought, I'm a 7th grader and they're not going to do anything like that. I ended up getting the lead, and it was a great play and just a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Was everybody else surprised that you got the lead?
I think so. I don't think they, looking at me, thought, okay, well, what can you do? And then all of a sudden, that happened. And then it happened again in 10th grade too, when my first play there was Once Upon a Mattress, which I later did at Chagrin.
Oh, okay.
That was my first show when I moved up to Cleveland, and at Chagrin, Dottie Oliver directed it, and it was a blast. It was a blast, and got to work with Cy Levine, who is kind of a legend.
Okay.
And was a legend for a really good reason. It was just great to work with him, and he played my dad. It was great.
Oh, fun. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What other shows have you done at Chagrin? Any that stand out for you?
All of them stand out for different reasons. I did Annie, which was a lot of fun. Addams Family, which was a tremendous amount of fun and more fun than I expected it to be, just a blast. As far as the River Street, did Lonely Planet, which was a 2-man play, which was like, wow, very intense and great to do. And then Funny Mirrors, which was also great. So a lot of good plays and a lot of good memories there.
So if you were on the production board at the Little Theater, would there be any shows that you'd really love to see come across the stage?
There's a lot that would be very cool to see. Everyone would say Wicked and things like that, but being really realistic, I would also like to see something Rotten, which is a great musical and really a lot of fun. Yeah, that would be one of the ones. I'm sure in the next couple of years there'll be an opportunity for Prom.
Oh yeah,
the Prom to come across the stage, which would be a really good one. And we have a lot of talented young actors who are willing to do that and who could pull that off.
So let's jump back over to The Norwegians. If you could describe The Norwegians in 16 words or less, to keep it short, what would you say about it? What would you say the plot is?
I would say think Fargo, but funnier and a lot more audience friendly.
This was a smaller cast. So is it usually easier with a smaller cast or more difficult to work together?
It varies on what your mood is. For me, I like working with smaller casts because you really work together and you really get the ideas. And there's a lot more collaboration, I think, with that. And that depends on a lot of other factors. Norwegians, like I said, like you were saying, there's 4 people in it, so we work pretty hard together. I've done 2-man shows there, and it was very intense. But I also like that. That really drives me as an actor.
What did you think of your fellow cast members and your director and everybody?
Oh, those hacks? No, no. It was. It's actually there are a lot of really good people. I think the world of Kat Remick, and I respect her abilities as well. Nick Grimsek is very much underrated as an actor, I think, because you'll see in this, he's really, really good. And I miss Mary Lee, and I just love her energy and what she put into the character. So I obviously liked them all very, very much and enjoyed working with them.
So from what I understand, this was a bit of a darker role for you. You usually do lighter-hearted comedies. Have you done any other dark roles before that we don't know of?
A couple years ago, well, more than a couple, unfortunately, I did a show called Funny Mirrors, and that was one of the first times I got to play a darker role, basically playing a psychopath with a lisp. So it was great fun in that, as you say, usually people say, "Oh, he's the guy who's going to be funny. He's going to be the guy who's going to be the friendly neighbor." Blah blah blah. And to kind of go beyond that it's really exciting.
Yeah, it's fun to get outside of your usual.
That's exactly right.
All right, let's get a little dark here. So this is a play about the ultimate revenge, murder. Are there any people out there that you would maybe not wish murder upon, but would like to get your revenge on?
I think if I'm honest, yes, there are.
Yeah.
And as you said, it doesn't result in murder or anything like that. I hope I'm a little bit smarter than that. I would never leave a mark. You don't want to do that because that's a problem. That's a problem. But I do also have a niece. And of course, as she got older and brought boyfriends home to meet people, to meet the family, she's got a dad and then she's got three big uncles who, they have to kind of run that.
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh, I'm so tough. I'm so tough." And I was the one who would lean in and go, "I'm the one who will make it look like an accident. I'm the smart one. Don't do that." So that's about as dark as I get. So
That's fine. I have a few people I'd like to have their hands just happen to be slammed in a door or something. That's about it.
Right. No, just like a bag of nickels or a bag of oranges and just whack them a little bit. Doesn't leave a mark. That's the key.
You've thought of this before, I can tell.
Oh, no. That just came to me.
All right. Well, Don, thank you so much for coming today and interviewing. This has been really great. And we are so excited to watch the Norwegians coming up here at the Chagrin Valley Little Theater. Thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome, Thomas. Thank you for taking the time and appreciate you doing this for the theater.